Dang it! Welcome back, people. This is Mr. High Llama, and we're playing Kerbal Space Command Project. And we're back at the Space Center. And I did a little bit of work off camera, just trying to collect some research points. And I'm going to take you back in. And here's where I left off with our ship. The, don't know what that is. Delete your face. The Kerbal LanderPlander. Boot him back up. Okay. So here we are. As you can see, I've done some research and I've gotten some things to help our Kerbal LanderPlander do its job a little bit better. And I've gotten a lot of research, pretty much all of the research that I can get to with just the lander. But basically what we have is our command module. I did a lot of research and I got this battery pack. Let's see if I can show it to you. The Z200 rechargeable battery. This comes before it, so I did research to get the Z100 rechargeable battery, and then I did more research to get the battery pack, the battery bank, excuse me. The battery pack holds 100 electric charge. The command module holds 50. So you get two. I think I talked about that in last episode. This guy holds 200. I know. And not only that, I also got the research for photovoltaic cells, or panels. And they are going to help us recharge, right mouse button, 45 per minute. So basically every minute I can recharge the command module. So if I've got 200, rounding this up to 50, it's going to take 4 minutes to recharge our whole battery pack. But with our battery pack, we can do 4 transmissions at least, for the most part. Got this landing gear. I got my goo. I got my parachute and my transmitter, and 6 of these solar things. I believe the effect stacks. So the more you have, the more you get. So we should be charging pretty fast in the daytime. But I want to show you what I was doing to get the research points. So we're going to go ahead and launch this puppy up. I think it's a pretty clever idea because there's so much research to be had just around the local area. I've been able to get all the research I have just by flying around our space center. Man, daggum nighttime, so I can't even check to see if my cells are doing anything. Sun exposure none, blocked by Kerbin because it's nighttime. But basically, I've just got 2 stages: my engine and my parachute. And there's a neat thing about the parachute I'm going to show you momentarily. But basically, I get ready to launch, so I hit spacebar before I've throttled up, so I don't go anywhere. I've got my legs deployed all the time, so I always land on my little legs. They help absorb some of the shock of landing. And I've got my small engine, medium-sized tank, battery pack, everything. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to transmit. I can transmit tons of crap if I want. Open this up. 250 charge. That's pretty good. Alright, and I could actually stack more batteries if I wanted to. So let's go ahead and hold down F for my stability assistance something or other. And we'll just slowly increase throttle until I start to hover, basically. And now I can move around the area. And basically it's pretty easy, right? So I've explored this little area over here. A little more throttle if I want to bank or anything. Let's rotate this way. I can go out far like this if I want. Travel around. I landed on the runway here and got tons of research points for doing that. There's some highlands over there. I kind of went that way for a while. Basically, so that's how I do it. So if I want to land, I just pop my chute out, cut my engines, drift to the ground, give it a little throttle so I don't fall too fast. 6 will be plenty good. And I really don't burn that much fuel. This engine just sips fuel. Now, you saw I deployed my parachute, so I couldn't do very much. But what I can do, observe my goo, see if I got anything. Nothing. I won't be getting anything because I've already done most of this research already, so there's not much for me to do. But what I can do is pop my little Kerbal out. And he hangs on there. If you hit F, he'll just grab on and Stay there. Right-click on the parachute, and he will repack the chute for you. And then you get back on. And then you're good to go again. You just do the same thing. You just take off a little bit, and you're good to go. So I did a little bit of flying around, went into the water a little bit. That's going to be a disaster. Cut. Oh! Dang it. Dang it. Killed my Kerbal. Dang it. Well, you see what I'm trying to do here. But, hit map. We start... here it is. Right here. This is where Kerbal Space Command is. Revert to launch. If I can show you. So this is... It'll show you here. Hit M to access your map. So this is where we are. It's nighttime. And this is where you launch from. Now, I have a range of pretty much anywhere in this biome here. So there's all of this I haven't gotten to. All of these mountains I haven't gotten to. And I found something on this island that I hadn't seen before. So I guess our next business is going to be making it so that our little Kerbal LanderPlander can reach some of these further out areas and see if we can find some research here. And there's a little Easter egg over here I really want to look at, but I think it's going to be hard to get to. I've had a lot of trouble, and I've tried. But let's see if we can do that together. So let's get out of here. Revert flight back to the assembly. Actually, let me show you what research I've looked at. I think I have some points, but I've spent most. When we left off, I believe we had this, and this. And we may have bought this together. So since then, I've gotten some points, and I bought this guy, which has allowed us to get the rechargeable battery bank and these solar panels. It's also got some lights and stuff. I don't know if we'll really be needing that right now. But yeah, this guy is what we needed. So now we've basically got infinite energy as long as we're willing to wait for our battery to recharge and wait for it to be daytime again. I also bought the thrust vectoring rocket engine, and this, I don't know what that, but here's the big deal. The Rockomax BACC solid fuel booster is gonna, that's got tons of power, and it's a rocket, or what do you call it? Yeah, it's a solid fuel rocket, so you can't turn it off, but it's got 315 tons of thrust compared to 250. So quite a significant bit more, and this burns 15 seconds, and this burns for 18.5 seconds. So you get quite a bit more oomph out of this bad boy. He's huge though, so I think we'll get use out of him. I wanted him because I want to get to this T800 fuel tank. It's a really big fuel tank, so we'll need that when we want to go to outer space. I also will be wanting this tri-coupler, but right now we've got this. Also got the radial decoupler, which we may take a look at here in a second while we're trying to get further away from home. That might come in handy. And these little aerodynamic nose cone and winglet, I don't know what this does. It doesn't really give you a description, but I'm assuming they reduce the drag of whatever part is these. I'm assuming they reduce the drag of whatever part's beneath them, and I'm assuming this guy kind of has a mitigating factor to some of the torque that causes the rocket to rotate when you take off. Hopefully. Definitely want these stability enhancers. They'll help us to build really tall rockets without them falling over on the launch pad. Radial decouplers, all this stuff we're going to want. I also saw these little... Where was those ladder guys? Is it here? These ladders help my guy walk around on the outside of the spaceship without flying off into space. That'll be cool too. I'd like to get that. Anyway, so we've got these things for now. Let's go build our ship. So I want to start off with the Kerbal LanderPlander because we want to keep that. However, let's go to our action groups. If you open up the action groups panel, it's got all these different options for you. And basically what that means is there's buttons up here that you push when you're in game. And one of them is gear. What you can do is select your landing gear, and it puts this in the selection menu. These are the different things your landing gear is capable of doing. You put them into the group action. When you hit the button in game, it will do that. So I can raise the legs or lower the legs, or I can have the button toggle raise and lower the legs, which is cool. That's what I've got it doing. For my light button, I have it extending my solar panels. I think for brakes, I don't have anything. For abort, I have it shutting down my engine, jettisoning it, and deploying my parachute all at the same time. So if I hit the abort button, which will be up here, it'll jettison everything. So that's cool. We want to keep this guy, but we want the gear to be up because this is not going to be the only stage anymore. We're going to add a stage. So let's get gear to be... Oh, I think I just right-click them and I say they start retracted now. Okay, good. Back to parts and building. And obviously we're going to need a stack decoupler because we're gonna go up really high and see how far we can get. We're gonna throw on. Do I want to use a booster? I don't think I want to use a booster because for our application we need to be precise about where we land, and a booster I can't shut off. I can jettison it, but that doesn't necessarily always work. So we definitely want a fuel tank, and we'll get a big one. And we're going to want some horsepower, so we're going to go for... we want to be able to control where we're flying pretty well. So this LV T45 liquid fuel engine allows us to take advantage of some thrust vectoring technology, which makes it a little bit more stable. And it really doesn't have much less thrust. If you look at it, right mouse button, max thrust 200 compared to max thrust 215. Let's see. Recharge is a little bit less electric. Who cares? Liquid fuel, 5.7 per second, 6.1 per second. So it actually sips fuel a little bit slower. We're definitely going to want that. Definitely. So let's grab one of these guys, plop him on the bottom. And I think that will do us. That should get us a little bit more range. We'll call this the LanderPlander II, or the Kerbal LanderPlander II. Save. And now we've got a little bit more advanced rocketry going on. I like having this hanging off odd long because it tells me where my nose is. So, because the control system in this game is really tough. So, it's not like whatever the camera is facing, your WASD does not change based on where the camera's facing or where you're pointing. The one key always does one direction based on the globe, the little navigation ball on the bottom. So, it can get tough. Let's launch this guy. Come up with a plan of where we'd like to go. I really want to show you this island because I found this cool thing that I don't know if it's going to give us anything if we go there, but I think it might. It might. Anyway, it's right here. Where be you going? What happened? Can't zoom in no more? Can't zoom in anymore. So anyway, we're going to go there. So southeast. Southeast. Alright. Keep that open, keep that open. Get back to my launch pad. And there we are! Look at us standing there. Alright, so we want to go south. South. This is north. I guess we're pointed north now. So we want to go back towards us. So I need to do a rotation so that my fuel tank is pointed, I guess, or my goo tank is pointed over there. So let's do that. Hang on to your butts. There we go. Let's start that rotation so that we can see, and like so. Let's get up a little bit of altitude. Definitely want to get in there. This is going to be hard to do. It's tough to hit. You kind of see it right there. And that's what we're going for. I'm going to let this engine burn out. And then we'll start our progression in that direction, I think. Just getting more altitude and just kind of head over there. Jettison that area, and let's get on over there. Hopefully, let me see, like a 25-degree angle should be good. Point like that. That's probably too much. Go back. So hopefully we'll get there. We got quite a bit of fuel. We're still ascending slightly. So that's good. This is going to be tough. I don't want to spend all of our fuel getting over there, because we're going to need some fuel to land. Any research I can get from here? At a certain point, I'm going to have to just go ahead and cut my engine, because I do want to keep a little bit of the fuel for landing. I hope we can make it. Definitely getting much further than we could get without that rocket. I gotta cut my engine. I gotta cut it. And hopefully we had enough. Hopefully had enough. We've got plenty of velocity. I think we're gonna be just short. Oh boy. Yep. I think we're short. Where is my retrograde? Yeah, my retrograde is pointed right down here in the middle of the sea. Oh man, we're just short. We didn't quite. Alright, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. So let's just try again. Oops, not what I meant. Revert flight, revert to launch. Let's see if I can go ahead and, as soon as I can get angled up and pointed in the right direction, we'll do our tilt to 45, maybe. Try again. Try again. Let's go. Alright, let's get twisted in the right direction there. Oh, dear, don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, we need to get over there. There we go. Pointed in that direction. Close enough. Hold a 45-degree angle. Hopefully that'll... Point it over there. Alright, get that other one going. I probably got to move over a little bit. Oh, it's tough. It's really tough lining it up. I think we're doing better this time. Hold that 45-degree angle. That'll give us the maximum trajectory. We can do this. I really want to see this thing, but it's like, until we have a plane, or a space plane, I guess, it's going to be really hard to hit these little pinpoint areas. But I'm sure if I can hit, it looks like a runway. It definitely looks like a runway. We're getting close. But again, I'm going to have to cut off my fuel eventually. I just don't know if we have enough. We may not have enough to get that far. I gotta cut it. I gotta cut it. Cut it. Cut it. I gotta cut it. Alright, where's my retrograde indicator? Here's your retrograde. That just means pointed behind you. So the opposite. I'm pointing the nose of the ship opposite of the direction I'm going. And it's falling. We don't have enough. We don't have enough goo. We don't have enough goo to get that far. Alright. No problem. No problem. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Right now, see, we're hitting We're hitting, like, if you look, that's where we're like a mile away basically. Well, say we did want to land, you just go ahead and deploy the gear. Alright, deploy our gear. And I've still got to see how I've still got a little bit of propellant left, so, or I shouldn't say propellant, it's not solid fuel, it's liquid, so I still got a little bit of gas. As we come down, we're going to slow down. In the water, I've discovered it doesn't break everything off if you land in the water, but you got to land really slow, even slower than the advertised speed. Come on, parachute. Come on, parachute. Yes. So we're going to slow down a little bit. Any research? Nothing. Ain't no research. What about my goo? We ain't going to make it over there anyway. I might as well get as much points at. That's it. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. So we're just going to come down, speed up time till it gets like to 100, and then I'll fire the engines to slow me down. Alright, here we go. Fire up some engines. I try to get it a little bit below 7 if I can. Yeah, that'll be good. And then once I hit the water, I just cut the engine back off. Boop. There you go. Don't need that landing gear no more. Alright, well, that's that basically. Anything I can get EVA style? Nothing. Surface sample. Hey, got a little bit of water. Got a little bit of water. Recover the vessel. Maybe we got like 1 science point, maybe. I doubt it. Hey, we got 2.6. That's great. We got a little bit more points. Alright, obviously the Mark II isn't quite powerful enough to get us as far as we want to go. So, what we'll do, I wonder if throwing another stage on might be overkill though. But let's, you know what? I got an idea. Let's go for